the Fully Geeked Podcast.
Yes. Man, then welcome back to another episode of Fully Geeked Pod.
What's really good, man?
Hello.
Bruv, it coming like it's just a serious 3 this week.
Isn't it?
Boy, the three amigos.
Boy, the
foundation, you get me?
Yeah, boy. You know the ones where it's like an optical illusion when all man are in there, you know?
Listen, no one's committed like us, you know.
Yeah.
No one's committed. I think, what was Rich's excuse?
Nah, Ritz.
He didn't have a lift. And he was weighing it up and he stepped out. It was cold. He's like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So man's afraid of the dark and the coldness, yeah.
I'm delayed because of, I don't even know.
Yeah, he said it was a train. To be fair,
I've checked Google, but all trains are running smoothly. I can see it right here. Good service. So unless he's taking planes or whatever, I don't know what transport he's taking, boy.
yeah, Merv, to be fair, Merv had given his apologies earlier in the week.
Yeah.
What was the reason? We need some official letters nowadays. Like, I can't make it because...
No, to be honest, Merv gave us more than 24 hours notice.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
You know what I mean?
I allow you,
but
I allow you.
Who else?
And Molly Marl?
Yeah.
I was like, can we do Thursday?
Yeah.
Is it today? Or we could do Thursday?
I don't know what's going on.
You can't just make up days, Mar.
Yeah,
You can't make up days to come.
The thing is, he asked, is it today? If you scrolled up, mate, yeah.
You know the date, innit?
Yeah, that's what happens. That's why we have a WhatsApp group chat. But it's all love. Man, pick up your status.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, before we get into the episode properly, do you know what I mean? It was a bit of a sad occasion this past weekend.
2020, boy, I tell ya. It's not
It's a
starting
bit
well,
mad, do you know what I mean? Like, boy, like I said, we was in the group talking, literally.
No, it was Sunday.
It was a Sunday evening.
our time.
Sunday evening, we was talking about what we're doing on the pod for this week, and then, like, the news kind of broke, and...
Yeah, because I saw on Facebook first, but I thought, this is Facebook, probably fake, innit? Like, Kobe, no way. But on Instagram straight away, and there was nothing there. And I was scrolling through, and I was wow, like different TMZ and different people were saying.
But it was like TMZ, and I was thinking, TMZ, sometimes they chat shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? I look back, TMZ were the people that was Michael Jackson, was TMZ.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think they even did Whitney. And I thought, right, actually, maybe they've got a bit of credibility.
But they give out a full story about Lil Wayne, though. Like Lil Wayne died.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
That's
And
sometimes
they're also getting pulled up because they broke the story before the family even knew about it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, like, do you know what I mean? So that's...
But then, when like I said, then all BBC and everyone else started kind of quoting them. So I was thinking, like for them to be quoting them, maybe there is some kind of fact. But yeah, I just want to have a little shout out to the family and stuff. R.I.P. Kobe, like his daughter,
man.
the rest, and all the other people that was on the helicopter. You know what I mean?
Of course, man.
Like tomorrow isn't promised to no one. And do you know what I mean? You have to just give thanks and
Give thanks always, man.
like I said, do you know what I mean? Like, man ain't even the greatest basketball fan, but man was a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
You know, the ones there, I was a Lakers
I weren't
fan.
a Lakers fan, but Kobe was
Kobe,
like...
you know Kobe. He's
Yeah,
one of the greats,
I mean,
isn't it?
he was.
Just know him. You're like, it's just one of those characters you know, and you see him, you know it's Kobe. Like, it was Jordan, him, LeBron. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were the staples.
They're
like,
the top three.
Even if you didn't play basketball, you knew those ones.
Exactly, man. So it's heartbreaking, man, because like obviously he sees interviews now, everything's flooded. Like literally every post we go to,
the timeline was flooded. Timeline was flooded.
Kobe and his daughter, you know what I mean? So
I think the last time the timeline done that recently was when Nipsey.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
I mean,
mean?
it was a similar thing, man. Like Nipsey,
it hits you.
Yeah, it hits you hard, man. Nipsey hit me as well. The same, similar kind of feeling, but it hit me hard, man.
I ain't gonna lie, there was someone in the gym this morning. No, it was yesterday morning. Bruv, he's a broken man.
Yeah,
He's a broken man. You know the ones I said, boy, you know what I mean? When it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
Listen, when it's written, you know. You can't avoid it. You can't, because man takes helicopters all the time.
Yeah.
He takes it all the time, and like it's
Just saying, even the helicopter thing, it reminded me of the whole Leicester chairman that
that's
time.
what I was thinking.
And like I remember when I actually, after that happened, I actually went to the site.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, one of my goddaughters go Leicester, like Dartmouth University, so I went up to take her, and I kind of went to the sort of site, and it's quite like it was, I don't know,
Airy,
it was airy and chilling.
I went to New York for the second time, and I went to like obviously the Twin Towers stuff.
Yeah.
You go there, ground zero, and you just like this feels a bit airy, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's deep.
But yeah, rest in peace.
R.I.P.,
Like,
man.
Rest in power, brother.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah,
There's a little moment of silence on that.
yeah, man.
But talking of New York, that's the right segue, but you know what I mean? Bring it back to episode of Power. So, we had the penultimate episode of Power called Reversal of Fortune.
Yeah.
And it really was a reversal of fortune. Like, I'll just give you the kind of update. So this time, it was about Councilman Rashad Tate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah? also known as Lorenz Tate, which was quite ironic because
Exactly.
it's both Tate.
Yeah.
But so we meet his older brother, who.
Sorry, Lorenz Tate. You mean that's his real name?
Yeah, his real name is Lorenz Tate.
okay,
yeah.
cool.
But on the program, he's Councilman Tate.
Alright.
And we met his brother, who again in real life is his actual brother.
The thing is, I was watching it. I was like, this guy, like, I know they're acting as brothers, but they look alike. They don't look alike, but you can tell it like they're family. Do you know what I mean? I was like, even the way they talk, they got a similar sound and voice. I'm like, are they brothers like in real life? So I just googled it.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah.
It's his actual, it's his blood brother. It's his older brother.
He's an actor as well.
Yeah,
like that's just it. I was like, oh yeah.
And he was the one. If you remember the film, do you remember Don't Be a Menace in South Central? Drinking juice in the hood.
Yeah.
So do you remember you had Marlon Wayans? No, not Marlon Wayans. One of the Wayans brothers. It weren't Marlon. I can't remember which Wayans brother it is. You know, there's a load of them. But one of the Wayans brothers who was in it, and you remember his dad is giving him the haircut, but the dad is younger than him.
Yeah, I'm politely being
but that is basically him. That's him when he was a youth man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we met his older brother. So I thought that was quite interesting. Like I thought it was quite cool. We also got introduced to Cedric.
Yeah,
I told you, man, it was Cedric.
The whole background of that whole shootout thing that we were baffed about.
Yeah,
it all came clear now.
So that came clear. So it kind of showed that thing from that side, and then you met Cedric and his son, who they like basically they're hired muscle. Yeah. But the opening scene, I thought, right, it's a little bit deep for Power. They're cutting open man's leg, like they was on like. But then you thinking, right, that's deep, like literally cutting flesh from man's leg. You can hear it drop on the floor.
Oh, it's disgusting.
And that's,
the thing is though, I know it's Cedric, and he's being serious, but I still find him funny.
Yeah, he's always.
Why
funny.
Is that though?
He's a comedian, isn't it?
Yeah, like he was be like. Even though the way, like, he was a bad guy, obviously cut the man's leg off and whatnot. Not cut his leg, but cut the flesh of the leg. And I still like bust up in my head that it's Cedric doing it. Yeah. And like even the way he's doing it is kind of like in a jovial way because he's like teaching his son, like, all right, son, don't cut that part of the leg.
Yeah, don't get a femoral artery. You don't need it bleeding out.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean.
So literally, they cut a pound of flesh, and then at first you're thinking, "Nah, come on, man, that's a bit deep." But then you heard like, "Man's pedo" or whatever. You get me? Then they just shoot him in his head, like, cool.
When I was feeling sorry, like, what did this guy do? Because they're cutting chunks off. He's on the floor, his bare little chunks.
Like
of
literally,
flesh.
you see flesh.
Yeah.
Like I'd never seen Power like that before. I was thinking, raw.
Yeah, madness. But yeah, so that's when this is a pedo and whatnot. And bang, I was like, yeah, cool. He deserved to die. I was like, cool. Yeah, man. It was a good intro.
Yeah,
it was a good intro, man. Definitely.
And then we also found out that, in a way, people were still fucking with Councilman Tate. Like, do you get me? Like, he went to the thing. People were still like, so basically, he still had supporters.
Tate hired Cedric and his son.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
and they're from the country. They're from.
Yeah, they're from
like. I don't know.
They're not from around, but he knew them, so they were the ones that he hired them originally to go and kill Ghost. Yeah. But then he kind of he changed his mind. He didn't really want them to kill Ghost, but true, he had brought them down. They were like, "No, you brought us down. We're gonna do this."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, don't." But they still went and did it anyway. So that's their thing. But yeah, so people found out that, and then like even the fact that Rashawn remember he pretended when he got jacked. I know I kind of jumping it.
Yeah, jumping a bit, but yeah.
So basically, going back. So when he hired Cedric and the son went to go and kill Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
They thought Ghost was by himself. They realised that Ghost was with Tommy. Then Ghost and Tommy came out and started going after them, banging after each other. Tommy ends up shooting Cedric. Yeah. Cedric dies. So the son's pissed now, innit? So the son goes to Councilman Rashad Tate and he's like, "Look, bruv, you need to die, bro.
Before this, Tate tried to squash it. Like, listen, guys, you don't have to kill him no more. Because why? Because
he's just kind of. I think he's just kind of
trying to squash it after Cedric got killed.
No, before. So that's what I'm saying. He just wants to squash it. Like he doesn't want to kill Ghost anymore.
Yeah. So, but they're already here to kill Ghost. So they're thinking, right? Have you got a better hitman than us to kill him? Nah, we're number one. And someone's like, yeah, we do it cheaper. It's like, whoa. We ain't gonna do it cheaper. We'll do it quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then. and then Cedric was
but
like,
didn't they get paid anyway?
Well, this is the thing. So Cedric was like, well, it's either you get killed or something like either you get killed or the deal's gone. I can't remember, but it was either it gave them options in it. Either we kill you or we kill.
So they wanted to kill someone.
Yeah, we travelled all this way. We're killing somebody.
Wow. Like, somebody's got to die.
Either you or Ghost. So you take your pick. So obviously Tate had to be like, all right, do your thing.
But he doesn't really give them the blessing. But like,
he doesn't really give them the blessing, but he's like got no choice in it.
So then, like I said, when they were able to do it, and then the dad dies, so then the son comes back like, bruv, what's happening? Do you get me? Like, you owe us. But obviously, Tate's brother, I didn't even mention before, is an actual police officer. So Tate's brother sees through a window, comes out, shoots him.
The son.
So now the son and dad, who have both travelled from Miles are dead. Yeah. And he's like, so what happened? Why is this happening? Then my man's like,
I got mugged.
I got mugged. Like some
yeah.
crackheads tried to jack me. The man's like, no, crackheads ain't running no more.
But before that, even Tate used to be a police officer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Tate used to be... Yeah, no, we did know Tate was a police officer.
Did we?
Yeah, in previous episodes. Remember, that's when Tate knew how to shoot the gun.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so Tate used to be a police officer back in the day.
Okay.
And so, remember last week we were trying to remember who made a deal with Dre? It was Tate.
It was Tate, yeah. I remember, I listened back, I was thinking, bro, it was Tate. Like, what's happening? Why didn't we get that? Like, what's the matter with us? Like, people thinking, bro, do you even watch the programme? But yeah, so we found that, but then we found that Tate was not the killer. Basically, we found that Tate wasn't the killer.
Okay.
Because while Tate was in the custody of his brother, because obviously this shooting has happened, they've gone to the police station. While they're in the police station, these other cops, like, bare fuckery's going on. I don't really fuck with the cops like that, yeah? Like, they're hella racist. They're all corrupt, basically. But like, no, but you're blue, you get me? Like, you're blue. Yeah. Like, you're ex-police, you're blue blood. Like, so they rate him, whatever. Then they're like, okay, cool. Then they...
But this whole time, Tate's brother knew he had something to do with it. He even knew that Tate was like about the whole mugging thing.
Yeah.
Like, he knows that, nah. Because he knows his brother's dodgy. He knows his brother, innit? So he knows he's dodgy and stuff, but he's for, alright, do your thing, innit? Yeah,
so they go, then when they get to... They get a radio call saying that there was something happened at Truth. So they will fly down to Truth, and then, like...
Truth is a club that goes on.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Tate's like, okay, I'm not going. He's like, no, you're coming. You're blue, bruv. You can come.
Yeah.
So he does like a ride along.
Oh, okay.
So when he gets there, so obviously now you've heard there's a shooting at Truth. You know that he can't be the person that's done it.
Yeah.
But obviously in one of the previous episodes, you saw him near the scene.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that's why you thought he was one of the suspects.
Exactly.
Then basically he comes out, and then like someone...
But his brother told him to stay in the car.
Stay in the car, don't come out. Yeah?
Yeah, right.
Then 2-2's now, he just comes out the car on like a walking thing, like, what's going on? And then a reporter just kind of dashes something in his face. So, we've heard that suspected that James St. Patrick has been shot dead. What do you think? Then my man just gives one speech.
But you know them freestylers? Who's a good freestyler? I don't, in hip hop. You know, there's certain man, them man can just spit bars off the top.
We're talking...
bars.
What's my man's name? It's not even fabulous. Something Cassidy. Like on Cassidy, he's on like one of those, like just on a freestyle. But he's getting bars. Not at 16, he just bars.
The straight rap about your green top, and then you start rapping like he put the spot bare cameras, press, and he wasn't expecting it too. I think his main goal was to go in there and check whether he's dead or not, innit?
Yeah,
because he had his black hood on
because he wants to know were they successful in killing my man?
So he was about to sneak in the back doors. You get me? And the press has come out of nowhere. Then he's like, oh yeah.
And then literally, because earlier in the thing, he's talking to a preacher, and the preacher kind of gives him this little message about like it's in God's hands, blah blah blah. So literally, my man starts repeating that.
Yeah.
The crowd, they're eating out of his hand. They're like, like everyone's like Councilman Tate kind of thing. So he's like, okay,
I got this back.
I got the juice, bro.
He was on loads of lows, innit?
Yeah.
Where like obviously everything he was planning with respect to shit, Ghost effed him up basically. Do you know what I mean? And
he got the juice, bro.
Yeah, he got the juice back. He got the powers back, 100%.
So he gets the juice, and then
that PA.
Literally, we'll come back to that. Next day now, he's just at yard, and then knock on the door. So there was the woman that wanted James St. Patrick to run his ticket.
Yeah.
But like obviously James St. Patrick's dead now. So like earlier in the thing, he was begging her to kind of reconsider me. They were like, no. Exactly. James St. Patrick's got the black vote. All of this, yeah.
They're all eating in the restaurant. He might keep begging with them like, no, take me back.
They're like, no, just get out of it. Like, like making a fool of himself. Yeah. Then literally they said to him, like, he come there, he's like, oh yeah, like obviously James St. Patrick's dead now. This is politics. We got to keep it moving. Like it was almost heartless the way they were doing it.
Yeah.
The body hadn't even been cold 24 hours. They were like, let's just move on.
Yeah, straight away.
And is that his plan all along then?
No. He's just
he lost in his mind. He's lost. His
lost.
goal was to kill Ghost. That was his. He didn't want to kill Ghost. That's why he gave the money to Dre to kill Ghost initially, innit? But because he knew he thought that whole operation flopped. He's just like, you know what?
Like it's done, innit? Like
done.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'll go back to being a cop or whatever. Do you get me? He's like whatever. Yeah. Like family time.
But no, he still had goals though. He's still like, no, I'm still gonna try this thing.
Yeah, he's ambitious.
Yeah.
But like he didn't think it was his. And then so the woman comes to his house like, oh, we want you to run with us again, like as my deputy kind of thing. He's like, okay, yeah, nah, that's not gonna happen. you're going to be my deputy.
Yeah.
Switches it on her. The woman's like, no. Then like the advisor's like,
Can you wait in the car? Like,
literally, he's like, he said, my God, wait in the car. She's like, no, I'm not happy about this. He's like, go and wait in the car. And basically, he's on top again.
Yeah. Because they had to get a black vote, innit? So he knew he had all the cards in his hands. He's like, listen, I'm the only guy you got now, innit? Talk
Like,
to me.
Then all of a sudden, like, so this a couple of days later, he's doing one of these rousing Martin Luther King speeches. You get me? He's got, like, he goes and everyone's like, New York leads the way.
Yeah.
New York leads the way. I said, this guy has really turned stuff around.
Yeah, proper.
Like, out of all of the characters, like, he turned stuff around. He was on the low, he's now on the up.
Yeah, like, complete opposites.
Yeah, French Montana, all the way up. Like, nothing can stop me. He's all the way up, bro.
That's Fat Joe.
Is it? Is Fat Joe? Is Fat Joe? Who else did he sing with?
No,
Who else is singing?
it's Fat Joe and Dre, innit? And yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Google it. Googles. Don't go for me in the comments though. Still, if you do, my name's Richard Maximus. Yeah, but so then afterwards he snaked out Ramona, which I thought was a bit unnecessary. He kind of snaked out Ramona for no reason. Yeah,
Fat Joe and Remy Ma.
Fat Joe Remy Ma.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It must have been a remix. You
Must have been the French Montana. Hold on, 1 second. Featuring French Montana. Bruv, I told you, don't do this to me, man.
But you like, oh, okay.
No, but it's French Montana. He's the one that sings the chorus.
It's Fat Joe that sings the chorus.
Nah, man, French Montana. He goes, nothing good. You know French Montana's voice.
Nah, he raps in it, bro. He doesn't sing the chorus.
Bruv, he does the chorus.
I think you know
he does.
What? I might have to side with Nate on this.
He does,
French
bro.
Montana's chorus.
He does part of the hook.
Headphones.
Now, louder, we'll do it another time.
We'll do it another time. Anyway,
The only reason I knew that is because I just on the way. I had him, man. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so he snaked out Ramona. Yeah, he said, Ramona was sleeping with James. So basically, Ramona wasn't sleeping with James, but he said Ramona was sleeping. Did Ramona and James sleep together?
They probably did though.
No, but I don't know if they ever did though.
Like, I never showed it, but they
liked
were
each
together.
other.
They were
I don't think
together.
it was-
Did they have history before the show?
No. I don't think they even slept together, you know? Like, I think he wanted to. And I couldn't remember if there was one sex scene. I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah, if you remember, let us know in the comments. Then, basically, the white guy, Simon, comes in. Simon's like, bruv, I'm still the boss, you know? Like, Tate starts getting ahead of himself, like, talking like, yeah, you need me. Man's like, no, I don't. Hey, here's the money. And he almost buoyed him off like he used to buoy off James.
Yeah,
Do you remember, like, he used to have James in his pocket?
Yeah.
Like, that also kind of showed me that you might be the face, but the man behind you is the one with the money.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And then, like, then again, bruv, like, it hadn't been there for a couple weeks. The infamous sex scene, bruv. Like, Power used to be famous for these sex scenes, yeah?
Like season 1 and 2.
Yeah, like, all the time. Like, James and Michael.
It's probably season 4.
They were like every episode. There was one. Like, I'm talking some passionate, bare chest, clawing down back,
full body exposure, like
everything. Yeah,
It's
like
just been quiet for like.
it's been quiet for like 2 seasons. I'd say.
like this season definitely.
Yeah.
It's been
So
low.
they're packing it into this for one episode. Then.
But basically,
But they was like, I was like, okay.
What episode is this again? I might start.
Now I think earlier, to be fair, Tate had a sex scene earlier in the season with my girl.
Oh, that's
with the same girl.
Yeah.
So Tate starts bagging Cassandra, who used to be one of his workers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she was the wife of his not partner, but like.
No, they both worked for him. They both worked for Tate.
Yeah, they both worked but he was like quite. I
think he was a bit higher than she was.
Yeah, she was higher than what she was. But basically, Tate was banging her, knowing that her husband's right there as well.
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
didn't
mean?
care. Like
disrespect.
You know, like them ones where
That's the kind of guy he was. You know
like putting meetings in her appointments, like in her diary.
Yeah.
Like, and just making her come
She's
to
like,
yards.
oh yeah, sorry, babe, I've got a meeting. And
beating her.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next week, but Power's a bit deep. I think the writers of Power are a bit deep with some of the women, you know. But we'll talk about it properly next week.
Alright, cool.
Because I feel like it's a bit. I was chatting to one girl the other day, and it's a little bit scandalous how they kind of make out these women. Like, they're all a little bit loosey-woosey and no real morals. But again, we'll talk about Tasha next week.
There's some hardcore women in there as well, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but they're all a bit like. We're not, okay, we're slightly good, so you see, even like James, yeah, like James did an affair. He slept with one girl. Yeah, I think there's another girl that he slept with because he needed something. The older woman that time, where he was trying to get something, he slept with some older woman.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I can remember that.
But Tasha, his wife, she's been out here.
That's real.
Like she's been out here.
Been out here.
Like
Out
slept with
shit.
Sean, slept with this one, slept with
That one.
Like she's out
Yeah,
here.
she's
Like
out
you know,
here.
like I think stuff like.
But Ramona's, she was.
Ramona was prim because
she was
she'd
prim.
only been in this season.
Yeah.
But like the real rest of them is like out here. But
Yeah.
again, we'll go into it. 'Cause I'll kind of tell you kind of how she was feeling. Then basically, after he beat her, Ramona came and knocked the door, and then basically he's like, "Yeah, Ramona, bruv, you're loose, whatever. I'll get out there."
No. So what happened was there was like he came out and the press was there and all that, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and Ramona points to her.
We done that bit.
Oh, you done that part?
Yeah, we done that
sorry,
bit.
Sorry. My bad. Was I looking for the tune probably?
Yeah, I think we were looking
Yeah,
at
that's
you.
why. That's why.
Yeah,
Please continue.
So anyway, Cassandra comes to the yard. Then basically goes to Cassandra. He's like, "Look, it was a beat, nothing more, nothing less. What you thought we was gonna be back together? No, get out of here." So basically, she leaves. Like he's like, "What are you really doing this to me?" He's like, "Yeah, brother, I had an itch. You scratched it. Let's go." Kicks her out the yard.
Wow.
Then, as he goes to sit down, he looks up at this news report, and the news report says they've caught the murderer. And then it's kind of like, raw.
Please just show the TV. I want to
Like,
see who. It is.
let's see who finally kicks. But obviously they didn't, so I guess you have to find out next week. So obviously there's still some people that are talking about.
Yeah.
So like there's Tariq, there's Tasha, and there's Sax. So potentially it's got to be one of them. Well, I don't even know if it's got to be one of them, but that's the way it's looking. But it might go left, it might go right. Who knows?
Did you hear about the leaks that were released? Nate? Did you hear about them?
No, I did not hear about the leaks that were released, Kel.
Oh, okay.
There was something in the group about that.
Was it?
And
Was
one of
there?
you lot, I swear, one of you guys.
It wasn't
anyway.
me.
It
wasn't me.
I have not watched the leaks already.
Oh.
So let's just carry on. Yeah, so
Wait.
we'll do that next episode next week, innit? So we'll return to Power, yeah? They say this is a big rich town. Yeah, but that's Power. And obviously we've got one more episode of Power before Power Season Book 2 and all the rest of it comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but there was talk of Tommy also getting his own kind of series.
Spin-off series.
Little spin-off series, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and obviously there's still a prequel as well.
Yeah, so I think there's a prequel because I think 50 might even be in it again, like when they was young and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Do you think that they need to make the spin-off so soon? Do you think they could just let the whole dust
They
settle?
should do. They should.
on the franchise itself. Like, I know people, not to say leave it for a long time, but just let everyone just, you know.
I think
in my opinion, this should stop at Power. Just leave it. Just let it die. It's cool. They should end it how it is, and that's it. That's what I think.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I think the prequel and stuff, they're good because people kind of invested in the characters, the franchise, and if you can do something that's going to add to it, then I think it's worthwhile. If it's not, then don't worry about it. Because like even if you look at something like Spartacus, you remember when they did the Spartacus prequel?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Spartacus prequel.
That was good.
Like,
But they had to do that anyway.
Yeah, because my
man died. Yeah.
Or I think he was dying at the time.
Oh,
But
yeah.
But yeah, so that was worth it. Do you know what I mean? That was worthy. Because obviously they still had to hit while it was hot. Let's hit the ground running.
But that was one of the better prequels I've seen.
Yeah.
You know? Like Spartacus is underrated, you know.
Spartacus was sick.
So
bro.
underrated, bro.
You know, like I
you
look.
watch it.
No.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
if you get a chance, watch Spartacus.
Serious things.
Like-
I heard.
Like, you know the ones that
Yeah.
I'd love to see, if the pod was out with Spartacus was around. Oh, my gosh.
jeez.
Like, Spartacus
Every
was sick.
episode was just like gripping.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was Power, and I guess the man then will come back because obviously them man are invested, so we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, man.
All right. A series came out over the Christmas period or New Year. Witcher. Okay, I'm not going to pretend that I watched it. I watched one episode or half episode. Yeah, that's as far as I got.
Basically, Nate's not into any supernatural thing, and Nate's not into that at all.
I keep it
You're
100.
not.
I keep it 100.
He's not into those kind
Yeah.
of things, man.
The
So-
crucifix on my neck says I'm not allowed to be exposed to that stuff.
But did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I did.
But that's kind of
This is-
supernatural,
this-
isn't it?
No, Game of Thrones is supernatural.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones is
It's
fantasy adventure.
Yeah, it's fantasy adventure.
Fantasy adventure.
This is fantasy.
Yeah, but it's more supernatural. It is more supernatural. Nate
Bruv,
would like
I'll be
it.
real. I don't fuck with vampires, all that stuff. I don't really deal with
Yeah, he
it.
doesn't do those things. Yeah.
But yeah, go to because like convince man to watch Witcher, boy.
Go on, Mac.
All right. All right. I watched this. When was it? December. So yeah,
New Year's.
you
think you started watching it around
Yeah, I
Christmas?
started watching it, but I've been because it was on Netflix, so
Yeah.
I just did the all. I think is it 8 episodes?
Yeah, eight episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did all 8 episodes. So I wasn't a Game of Thrones person as well, so I went into this like just watched it, turned it on. I thought, is it gonna get my attention?
No. What it was is there was a big, like, if you're in that kind of world, which me and Mike are in regards to what like supernatural programs and whatnot. Like in that world, this is buzzing. Like you'll say, it's gonna be a new Game of Thrones, it's a new thing basically. So like the Emergency Awesomes, they're all talking about it.
They were
bigging it up. They were bigging it up big time.
Yeah, but they only bigged it up when it came out.
Before it came out.
Because of the time when it came out, it was like people getting Christmas shopping and stuff like that.
Nah, bro. Listen, maybe you're different, but me, I heard about Witcher a good 4 months before it came out.
Yeah, but you heard about it, but there wasn't like a massive hype.
But they were hyping it, bro. They're like, oh, it's gonna be the next best thing.
Yeah,
this and that. When did Game of Thrones finish? It was literally as Game of Thrones was finishing, I heard about it.
Yeah, but you heard about the Apple one, and that was rubbish.
Yeah, but that's different.
Anyway.
Though. That's
It's
not rubbish. It's not rubbish.
It's not rubbish.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's not great.
So anyway, I've seen C, and I was like, here we go. Here's another sort of gothic, medieval-y Game of Thrones type show that I'm watching.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about it. I didn't do any research. I know that there's been stuff said about it, but
There's a video game and there's books.
yeah,
Yes,
books on it.
So apparently the series is based on the book.
The books, yeah. Apparently it's like it mirrors the books.
Yeah, and the games are sequels to the books. And then there's, I think, because of the popularity, and the person wrote like other little mini stories.
Yeah.
So like,
but you know the funny thing is that the first 2 books were written afterwards. It's like not like how Star Wars. I think Star Wars Episode 4 came out first, and then the prequels came. With Witcher, the first 2 books were written after the 3 and 4.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's how they done it. Yeah.
And they also made a film of The Witcher in somewhere in Europe because I can't pinpoint it. But there's been a film like in 2000 and something.
Yeah.
I think it was 2002.
Yeah.
But it was called The Hexer because that was the name that they used for when they translated it from their language. But that was just in foreign language anyway. So this is like a sort of a global English-speaking series. Yeah. So like there's 3 main like. Because I don't really know how to go into this.
No, so basically, it's like like in most fantasy stories, you got like the middle world, all these kind of different, faculties of species. Like you got elves, you got humans, you got the witchers, you got witches. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got all those different kind of faculties within the same world, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So basically, the elves are like the magical beings and stuff, but they got kind of chased out by the
is it the humans or
the humans? I think the humans will kick the human and the witches. I think
With the witches are like what is it? What's the word you say? Genetically modified.
Yeah.
So they're created by I don't know if it's other witches, but there must have been
some sort of evolution or something.
Yeah, and basically they get more strength and more powerful and stuff like that, and then they can do magic. Like I'm probably not doing it justice, but
basically
Henry Cavill's character, he's the Witcher.
Yeah, and it's a crew of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's probably lived for X amount of years, and he's just wandering the.
Are they immortal witches?
I think they will die, but they just live longer.
Okay.
So you know what I mean. But I think they're dying out.
Yeah.
So there's like, if there was like, he's like the last of the few witches. I think it's hard to, because I think even when they're created, the whole process of when a witcher is done,
it's done from childhood. Isn't
yeah.
it? So
and if you're not strong enough, it's almost like that 300. You know when they keep
exactly. Yeah, they kill you.
If you can't handle it, you're dead.
You're killed off, and that's it. Like
that's
this,
it.
yeah.
So,
but like basically, they're like bounty hunters for monsters, witches. So they people hire them, not hire them because they don't get. Do they get paid? They do get paid. Don't
they
they?
do get paid.
Yeah. So people just hire them to kill monsters, like any sort of beast or whatever. That's their job basically, and they have special abilities.
He can do magic.
He can do some sort of magic.
He does.
What's that thing? His eyes go black and stuff. Like what happened? What's happening there?
That was I don't know, but this
he takes his magic potion.
Okay.
He kind of gets like an energy boost and his eyes change colour. That allows him to do certain things.
Right.
So he has to have that potion and it gives him the strength. And,
so it's not a natural ability. He has to take that potion.
He takes that potion. That potion.
Okay.
But he's already got the strength. It's just enhancing whatever abilities he has. So because that monster was big that he had to deal with.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you got him as that character. So he's so how this story is like, he's the main one of them. There's 3 protagonists in this, and he's one of the main ones.
Yeah.
And then there's a girl in it who's a princess.
Yeah.
And her mum was half.
So basically, her great the princess's grandmother was. It's called the old elf blood or something like that.
Elder blood.
Elder blood. So
Yeah.
she's mixed with an elf and a human came together basically.
Yeah.
And that like when you have that when they come together, they have some special like astronomical powers.
Yeah.
Do you
Basically, the power. Do you know what her powers are?
Not fully.
Shall I tell you?
I don't think.
Yes, tell us.
All right.
No,
we haven't seen it in the. It hasn't.
It hasn't
come out?
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet.
Okay, okay.
We've seen aspects of it, but we haven't seen it in its full glory.
Okay, cool.
Don't do it yet. Don't
No,
spoil
no,
it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But basic. So just to like, you can go back into it, but it's telling 3 different stories. Like, because a lot of these shows now are telling like multiple stories in one. Like Watchmen did it, and it jumps back into timey-wimey. But
exactly. Your forever time limit is forever for future, past, present.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Witcher is one story, and the princess is another story, and then there's what was she?
She's a witch, but she's a witch, but she's got elf blood in her as well. She's got quarter elf blood in her.
So so she's done some magic. So basically, but all their paths will meet at the end. To be honest, like we could go into like
no, but basically, just a quick synopsis. So basically, the girl, there's another human tribe that are trying to get the girl, right? That's their main aim, because they want to use her because she's young. She can be manipulated.
There's a prophecy in it.
Yeah, there's a prophecy. She can be manipulated, but I don't know exactly how, but the Witcher got involved in this thing where he has to protect her
because
his lifetime goal is to protect this girl.
The girl Ciri.
Ciri, yeah.
Because Ciri's dad made a pact with the king at the time.
Yeah.
And like
The grandfather or the dad?
No, it must have been
the grandfather. Yeah, the grandfather. Yeah, the grandfather.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she must. Yeah, he made a pact with the king because he must have saved his life, and he said, "I'll take."
First princess, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was her grandmother. It was her daughter, the princess.
Yes.
That had her father made a pact, yeah. Then that was the guy that came back.
I see. Okay. I thought it was,
yeah.
But I thought it was the hedgehog guy because he just had the curse.
Yeah, he was cursed because the curse was put on him.
Okay.
So he was only visible as human form after midnight or something like that.
Yeah, something like a gremlin, innit?
But that was like some sort of promise bond thing they make. And
it's like
you can't get out of that.
Say
promise.
you have to say that there's a sort of an agreement, and I just say to you, like Nate, I say, like, don't worry, I'm gonna claim something in 20 whatever. I don't even tell you when. But it's just a type of claim. I'll come back in 10 years' time and say, I'll take your phone, thank you very much, and you can't say nothing about it.
Yeah, because that's it. It's been set in stone.
So once it was written.
Yeah, so I think that happened like on from her grandfather from that side. So then the daughter, when I think the Witcher was just at a wedding ceremony, or there was a ceremony there.
Yeah, it was like
a party, and I think they were trying to join the 2 kingdoms.
There was different kingdoms there.
And the queen wanted the Witcher there just in case.
They're trying to find a husband for the princess.
But the queen invited the Witcher because just in case, like, to vet it, like, is this guy gonna be worthy enough, sort of thing like that. And then this guy turns up, the hedgehog guy, and she was disgusted, and they was all gonna kill the hedgehog guy. And then the Witcher saved the hedgehog guy, and then he made a pact.
You missed the whole part where the mum started doing her madness when they start because the mum was about to kill the hedgehog guy, innit? And then the daughter's powers, the queen was about to kill the hedgehog guy, and because the princess loves this hedgehog guy, like her
he
powers,
looks like a hedgehog basically.
I hear that. Her powers just manifested out of nowhere. I don't know if she knew she had the powers, but it just started manifesting, like causing this tornado, a massive wall of wind. And like they start going up in the air, and no one can get to them because the forces are so powerful. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, you know, as you're talking, I'm just trying to read up on Wikipedia, just so I can understand when you're talking what's going on.
Are we making sense?
You are, but do you know? Sorry, on a random, Did you do you remember a person called Dara who was a refugee elf, an elf boy?
Yeah.
Do you know a strange? You know, I used to teach him. His name's Wilson.
Serious?
I used to teach him. Is it you that used to teach at my school?
You're gonna watch it, ain't it?
I feel like I'm gonna watch it now.
That's the one that's helping the the younger
Yeah.
princess.
Yeah, so he's in he's in the story with Siri.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I didn't even like as I'm reading it. I go, hold on, I recognise that name. Yeah, I used to teach him like last year and that.
Yeah.
So like how we're describing it, like obviously there's
A lot happens.
yeah,
A lot
because
happens.
like over the 8 episodes, like it's not necessarily okay. This is his episode and that's his.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're thinking, like when you're first watching, you're thinking, okay, this must be in the other like happening at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like not like as you kind of like watch it. It's like
So, because some scenes go back before episode 1,
Yeah.
just before episode 1, and then some scenes are like in between episodes. So you just got to put the puzzle together.
But is it confusing enough that when
no.
you're watching it, you're like, oh my god, what's happening?
No, because
no.
Okay, cool.
you could tell when in the past because it's like a bit of an orange.
Yeah.
No, that's cool because like I said, remember that Game of Thrones originally?
Yeah.
That used to confuse me.
Yeah.
I used to have to sit down with a notepad because I couldn't. That for me was too much. Like it was too many stories, too many things. But if you're saying that you can kind of understand it a lot easier,
yeah, to be honest, like I probably was starting to think, right, I need to understand what's going on by probably episode 5 because even though it was like jumping in between, it wasn't like, hang on, do I need to remember? It kind of like just worked.
Okay.
Each story was flowing from how I watched it. It was all flowed into one. So towards the end, it's like, okay, it is all kind of like this is her path.
But this to cut a long story short. Basically, the Witcher, yeah,
Thanks, girl.
is meant to protect Ciri, right? Now Ciri, but he first of all he's like, nah, I'm not bothered. I'm not interested in this. I'm not involved. Get me out of this. But he can't get out of it. That's his pack. He has to do it. He goes off. All right. So, but I think obviously he comes to realize that he needs to protect this girl. So when he comes back, the family like
He didn't go off. They hid her.
No, initially when it first happened, don't you remember he walked out like when the pack was made, he was like, I'm not part, I don't want to be part of this. Don't you remember? Am I right, engineer?
Yes.
Yeah, they locked him up.
No.
It was
At the
before
start.
Okay,
When
okay.
when they locked him up, yeah, it was just before
The war.
the war started, so before the invasion. So he
Yeah.
escapes,
Oh,
and
okay.
then the princess is taken away. She's led away, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the part where she's being chased, and he escapes from their dungeon, and
Yeah.
that's why the queen, I think her grandmother, the queen, says, "Get him." I think he was in the dungeon.
But then now
okay.
realize that we do need him.
Yeah.
But initially he didn't want no part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Initially,
okay.
he didn't want no part of it.
He did
And then so, but when he did want to do it, eventually they were like, nah, that she's staying with us. She's not going with you. He's like, nah, listen, this is part of the pack. I have to do this. And they're like, no. That's why they tricked him and they locked him in the dungeon because they knew he'll come back. You know what I mean? So when the war happened, they're like, we've got no choice to protect her because obviously they'll get overthrown.
Yeah.
She needs to be with him. But by that time, she's already gone and he's been in the basement. So they missed each other. And the whole thing's about they all go for the individual adventures.
And
All they
we
go for
haven't
the little-
mentioned her too much, but there's another because you
Yeah,
can go
there's
into detail, but there's the
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I feel like you've given the audience enough for them to kind of
Yeah.
get involved
I mean,
in it. Would you recommend it?
yes,
Yeah, I would recommend it.
yeah.
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 I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
It
so-
paves the way for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard there's season 2 coming
There's
2021.
action,
And I think there's like
good
8 books
acting,
originally.
There's
Yeah, it's quite a few.
There's like
books.
8 books.
Yeah.
All boxes
But-
are
and
ticked.
the computer game is after the books.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was it's a Polish book.
Polish. Yeah,
Yeah, so it was a Polish series.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
That's cool. Bro, God
I
bless.
just didn't want to say the wrong.
Yeah, I hear that.
wrong
Yeah,
country.
yeah,
No
'cause-
Brexit coming up and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what this week,
I'm
innit?
not going to say nothing, Mike. I'm not going to say nothing.
That's this week still. But yeah. So all right, you know what, man, we'll watch it. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Like there's a few things on Netflix I want to watch. Like to be fair, I still got a little time. I might even go back.
And
and
another thing about The Witcher is there's some funny bits in it as well. Some of the dialogue is a
No,
bit.
because The Witcher has a sidekick in it. Like he's jokes.
But even
He's
before the
funny.
psychic, like when he's fighting, it doesn't matter. That guy with the horns, like that goat head.
Yeah.
It's like, did your mum?
Oh, yeah, the one-liners.
Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like his delivery, because he says, "The Witcher, did your motherfucker go?"
You know how Superman's got no personality?
Yeah.
He's still got no personality.
Yeah, he's got no personality.
But some of this, but there's some of the content like comes out of their mouth is like modern stuff. It's like, right, someone would have just said that. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely.
It's good because they all go on their individual adventures, but they all link up again.
And by the
You know
end
what
of
I
the
mean?
series, they've
Well, not all of them. There's still one. We don't know what happened to her, like the actual witch, the one the quarter elf blood.
'Cause, yeah,
But
she's-
she's a major part of it as well.
and she's a super. She's got like she's
She's
quite
a powerful witch because of the elf blood in her. She's got
Yennefer, it's about Yennefer.
Yennefer, yeah.
all right. Well, like I said, go out there, catch Watcher on Netflix.
Witcher.
Witcher. Sorry, my bad. Witcher. Hey, I'm having a mare, bruv. Witcher.
Yeah.
On Netflix or other platforms. You get me?
Yeah. Standard.
Because I know I might watch on other platforms.
He popped up Netflix, so.
All right.
What else is there?
I know we keep going back to that the dreaded Friday the 17th. I think it was. There was a film that came out, Just Mercy.
Just Mercy. Yes. Watch that.
All right. I kind of want to not necessarily get into a play-by-play breakdown of the film, because obviously the film's like in the cinema.
Yeah.
But it was another film that was kind of come out. It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
It's from a book written by a guy called Brian Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know some people, I've spoken to some people, they're refusing to watch it because in their eyes it's another film about black trauma. Yeah. And they're kind of not on it. They're not on it. They're like, no, we've watched these films. I'm not going to watch this film anymore, kind of thing.
No, I get them. I get it.
This didn't feel like other films a bit.
That's why
you know what I mean?
I still watched it.
Like
I watched it.
People were saying to me, "Oh, I was vexed," and like emotionally, it touched me, but I wasn't angry. Like I was, like it didn't make me hate.
I was more hurt than angry.
I think you're hurt and you're angry at the system. Okay, it's different from say when you first watched Roots, for example, because when you watched Roots, maybe you was angry at the white man. Yeah, where I don't necessarily think I was angry at the white man in this one. I was more angry and fucked up at the system that could still allow stuff like this to happen.
Madness.
More than anything,
madness.
Because there were so many different times you're thinking, how is the system allowing this to happen? Like there's common sense and you're taking the piss.
Yeah,
man.
So it was obviously it talks about the increased amount of African Americans on death row, potentially dying for crimes they did not commit without doing a play-by-play, like without us going play-by-play. But there's the kind of stuff like like there was this guy, no physical evidence linking him to the crime. Yeah,
no physical evidence.
No physical evidence whatsoever. Yeah, like if I remember rightly, at first scene you see Jamie Foxx like cutting down a tree, bruv. Like you just see him cutting down a tree. Then all of a sudden he's in this, just driving home in the van, gets pulled over by the police officer. They're like, yeah, we want to know who you are. The man's like, bro, where you been? Then all about again, then it starts getting, oh, this is a nice van that you're driving. You know, like in my head, I'm like, bruv, I've been here before, bruv. Like, so even then, my blood is starting to boil because I'm like, bruv, I've been here. How are you still doing this? Then obviously they arrest him, and then basically he goes to prison for something that he hasn't done. Yeah. Because they said, was it that he raped and murdered this white woman?
Yeah, was murdered.
I don't know about rape, but
he
definitely murdered. Yeah.
And basically they got him guilty on the testimony of this guy called Ralph Myers. Yeah. Who, when I saw him, do you remember when you watched the film Holes?
Yeah, and he's in Watchmen.
Yes, he is.
He's the mirror man, isn't
he?
Yeah. But
and he's incredible in that Hulk film that never got made. You know the original Hulk, and he's Mr. Green, Mr. Blue.
The first
with
the one that was made and then they pretended like it wasn't made.
That one. What's his name? That guy from.
Do you remember Incredible Hulk? Remember there was two Hulks that came out like literally.
I can't remember the actor's name.
And literally,
not the Eric Banner one, the other one.
They literally just scrapped it. They just forget we even made this one.
Serious?
And they brought out a new one like straight away. Yeah.
Guy's name, and he's in Fight Club. What's his name? His name's bugging.
Oh, the one that was in Fight. Yeah. Okay.
That actor. That
actor.
Yes.
Remember that? Anyway. Yeah. Back to
cool. So then, like, obviously, it goes on this whole like you've got.
I like that Hulk though. I like that one.
Yeah, I did, but they didn't.
They did.
They didn't like.
They didn't like it.
They fell out with the guy.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I like that one, man. That was good. When it was in Brazil.
Yeah. Brad Pitt and someone Google Fight Club before us. Yeah. So, like, obviously, we don't go over the whole story, but it's about you've got Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan. He also directed the film.
Did he?
Yeah. So
he's stepping up, man.
No, it's definitely. Do you get me? It's mad that you remember my man was what's it called?
Edward Norton.
That's it.
Edward Norton. That's it. Yeah. Then when Michael B. Jordan was actually
incredible.
Wallace in The Wire.
Yeah, I knew
no,
that.
What I'm saying, like,
to
considering that my man just came from like Wire season 1 where he got shot because they thought he was a snitch to like now he's doing bigger and better than like all the other younger actors.
Exactly, because I would have thought Mac Wiles would have blown up, but he hasn't really blown up at all.
So anyways, so he directed it, And then, so obviously they're trying to get Jamie Foxx, and he's gone to court, he's gone to law school and all the rest of it. And what he wants to do, he's got this money, so he's now trying to kind of help people on death row. Yeah. And then obviously he meets Jamie Foxx and starts kind of getting up.
I liked when that sort of happened, and then he wasn't just helping, like he was helping everyone that needed help.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a token. They had to the token guy.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't
maybe
like
in reality that's how it was.
It wasn't like I'm only helping blackheads. It was like anyone that's on death row, like that's work. Do you get me? I'll help. Like, and that's what it was real, innit? Like, But we are kind of like that. But that's a story for another day. But yeah, so
we have to.
So he goes to try and help my man, and then obviously, like, we're kind of jumping very much. But I mean, like, the fact was, like, there was no physical evidence. Eventually, he found out there was no physical evidence, all the rest of it. So he takes it to court. And this is the thing that,
this killed me.
But he went to court, they were like, okay, cool, state your case.
Yeah.
Man stated case. Man had retracting his statement. All these other people giving evidence.
Exactly.
Yeah? In a court of law, you're supposed to say, all right, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
But no.
What was their reason?
They said that they didn't know if my man was committing perjury now or committing perjury then, so we're not doing nothing. And then you had the son. The son was like, no, this ain't fair. It was like, lock him up.
Arrest him.
But even before that bit, what about his cellmate?
So it killed me with that.
Because everyone was like so like not positive, but they were a bit like hopeful. They had hope and stuff like that, and like how the story was going on, and like Michael B. Jordan's character, like how he portrayed it, you kind of like was that guy. You was like, you know what, I'm not going to get vexed. He's not getting vexed. I'm not going to get vexed. I'm going to hold myself together. Going to be positive. I'm going to get through this. And I thought that bit there where like he just got the phone call and then that guy had to just go onto the chair, bruv. And he didn't need to.
And
go
it's
on the
real what
chair.
they said because like he had post-traumatic stress after the army. Like,
And
it's well documented that he had this illness after the army. Do you know what I mean? So as a government or whatever, you meant to take him in, look after him, put him in some sort of rehab, you know, make sure he gets better. But they left him out there, and then, what do you expect's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? So
politicians
it's their
corrupt,
fault.
bro.
It's their fault. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100. And that was sad. That was sad.
Proper sad, man.
Cause again, like you see him getting tied in the chair, and I was like, brother, you know, like it was traumatic enough for me to turn my head away, but I couldn't. And I felt like how Michael B. Jordan's character was in that room. Like, you see the emotions that he was going through? That's how I felt there. Like, I felt disgusted, hurt that someone had to go through that.
Yeah, definitely. But Nate, I know you remember this time. Like, it's a little quick story. Like, but I remember back in the day, me, Nate, and a couple of else was there. We'll argue this black American woman. Yeah.
Oh shit!
We're arguing with her. Yeah.
No,
I won't say that. I won't say that part.
Okay.
But yeah. But like, no, we were arguing with her because she was like, no, we black Americans got worse than you guys. Then Caribbeans and Africans, you lot are fine because you guys are the majority where you are and you own your country.
Yeah.
So your culture and your ways, it's not watered down by any means.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously apart from South Africa, I can say like all the Caribbean islands, majority of people are black. Africa, most of the African countries, majority are black. So our leaders are black. You know what I mean? The laws are made for us.
Yeah.
Whereas the black Americans, they're saying we got it the worst because we're the minority one and we're in a European land, well not their land technically, but a European power or under European power that enslaved us. Do you know what I mean? So they get it worse. And this film is just an example of what she was saying because it's so true. You know what I mean? Because they're under that European power that enslaved them, so all the laws are against them straight away.
Everything.
They've got no say. So everything black Americans do, they've got nothing. But at the time, me and Nathan were arguing with her, like, we couldn't see it. But when you see these certain things that are going on, even to this day,
because that was quite a recent thing. That film, isn't it? That story.
That was 80s.
So like, it's evident that it's true. Like the black Americans, that's why like when you speak to certain black Americans, you talk to them. Like, I can't really relate to them but I understand where they're coming from in the sense of like they've been stripped, man. Like they've been stripped. They're looked upon like as criminal, like just the dirt of America. Do you know what I mean? And the way they're treated by the law, by any sort of higher position people, is ridiculous. And it keeps till today. It's still happening. You know what I mean? But it's just more hidden. More like the cops killing black people, not getting arrested or nothing like that. Like these kind of things is happening in America, and it's as black people, as black nations. I remember I was watching. I don't know if you guys know. Is it Umar Johnson? Like he's like a
Yeah.
And he was saying like, if a Chinese man or a Chinese group of people got shot by Americans, the whole of China would be uproar.
Yeah.
If a Jewish man got killed, Israel come and strike America down quick. If any other race, but like we as like African nation or Caribbean nation, when a black person, all these things happen in Black America, we don't care. Like, we don't help them. We don't come to their aid and see what's going on. You know what I mean? But then we should, because at the end of the day, we're all one people. Do you know what I mean? But we're so divided.
And
the Europeans were able to divide us so much that we don't even care. We're so disassociated from ourselves that we're just like, that's still in America, innit? That's not affecting me.
It is. It's about that sense of identity, though, isn't it?
Man.
And it is that sense of identity.
100%.
Because, like I said, it was always because everyone was divided. Like even if you go to Africa now, you've got like we have arguments about what jollof is better. Yeah, whether it's Niger, whether it's Ghanaian, whether it's Sierra Leone, bro.
Yeah, that's banter, but
no, it's banter, but it's jollof, bro. They're all neighbours.
Yeah, I know.
Do you see what I'm saying?
You know,
like,
the thing is, it's a Senegalese rice, you know. It's not even a Ghanaian or Nigerian rice.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like, because, and I guess you could have the English and the Welsh and the Scottish, but in one aspect, they're all the same, innit?
Yeah, they're all. There's no real. They don't look down. You can't like a Welshman can walk into like no one know unless they speak or whatever.
It's only by dialect and tongue can they know they're different.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's just sad, man. Like the Black Americans, they go through in America, big time.
Yeah, so they wouldn't let him bust case. Yeah, threw it out. Then obviously he had to go higher. Then he did he said, all right, cool, we'll try and take it to the high court. He said to them, but the family was like, yeah, but you can do that. But ultimately, even if he's free, what's to stop the next man from killing him? Because they're all going to think he's guilty.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did this thing, which is a bit like left field. They did a whole 60 minutes interview thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, raw.
Like, that was his only option.
Yeah, that was his only option.
Because they kept shutting him down. Yeah. Like, they even threatened that girl that he lived with.
Yeah.
Like,
Captain Marvel. It did. Yeah.
And then he did the whole 60-minute thing. And I guess that kind of then put things out in the open about what was happening. They eventually get him to this big court case. And then even then, they took them to the court case. And then you got the security guard making all the black people stand outside.
Yeah.
Then he comes there on some like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They're like, how can they stop these people going? It's an open court case. Go and sit. Go and sit down. But then there was no seats, and they were all standing at the back. But to be fair, I felt like that even worked in his favour. Because you see when my man was talking to them, and he was like, "Look, ultimately, you got all the black men standing up at the back."
Yeah, exactly. They were deep because they didn't let them in.
Didn't let them in. Like I thought, raw, you lot are deep.
Oh gosh.
And it does make you feel that anger and resentment.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And like I said, obviously this is a well-documented thing. It's a true story. You can go and research it, Google it, all those kind of things. I think I might even go watch the 60-minute thing, yeah? But then there was an interview with Jamie Foxx on... Graham Norton. Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it, yeah. Deep, man.
And then Jamie Foxx, like, he was talking about, like, the fact that when Michael B. Jordan came to him about this film and why he was so dedicated to making this film with him. So he basically explained that, like, his dad ended up going to prison for $25 worth of drugs. Yeah? We don't know what it was.
It's a
substance. We don't know what it was, yeah? Could be cannabis, it could be coke, whatever.
It's personal use. It's a personal use.
$25, that's... I mean, it's not even
a little Percy.
It's not even an eighth, yeah? But, so Tutu's now, he's like, oh, boom.
I don't know what that is, man.
Yeah, I know. Why is he
I know exactly that.
I wasn't talking to any of you.
Educate us.
I was talking to the people.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so Tutu's there. He's like, for personal use, blah, blah. They sent him to prison for... How long was it?
7 years, man.
7 years.
7 years. They sent to prison.
7 years. And Jamie Foxx explains the fact that he couldn't even go to the prison because he didn't want to see his dad like that. And it wasn't really a place that he wanted to
his dad was like a proper, like, took it to tennis, took it to, like...
It was his role model. You know
like,
that?
You know what I mean?
And again, this is what we talk about. He's the man of the family. And it's not like he's the man of the family, but he's doing bare fuckeries. He's the man of the family and doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you, as the justice system, take that man away. What do you then do with this child? Because who does this child now turn to? Yeah, obviously this child of Jamie Foxx, he went to act and all that kind of stuff, and maybe his family situation was set up in a certain way. But you take it to the next man turns to the road, because the road has to now become the family, because you've taken away the love and need that I want from a father. So now I have to go and look at it in the road man at the road that's going to go and tell me to go and shop for him.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, it's that cycle.
It's that cycle, man. That's it.
And then so basically he goes and then basically he writes a letter to Jamie Foxx writes a letter to his dad. Like he's now starting to act whatever. He writes a letter to his dad. He said to his dad, when you're coming out, did he say what's up like when I'm going to save you?
No. So when you want a letter,
yeah,
he's like, I'm going to save you.
I'm going to save you. He said that his dad came out of prison. He's lived with him ever since, 20-something years. Bro.
He said, Dad, things are going well now. When you come out, you're sorted, basically.
Yeah, and then basically the dad's lived with Jamie Foxx ever since.
Ever since, man.
Yeah, he said obviously the dad used to teach him how to play tennis when he was younger. Man took him to go watch Serena and Venus in US Open.
Yeah, like
they sat there bawling their eyes out.
Yeah.
Like, do you get me? Like, and for me, it was like you saw the other side of it. Like, it's real. Like this whole everyone going to prison for all of this stuff. Like, it affects the family unit.
Big time, man.
It affects the family unit, and that for me that was so powerful. And it was on, like I said, it was on Graham Norton, like just talking, like like Graham Norton wants to try and be joking.
I was getting emotional about that.
Yeah, and then even like Graham Norton, like the ones that you got to sit down and no jokes, like listen to what man's saying, innit?
Listen to what he's saying, man.
So, like I said, it's a very powerful movie.
No, the film, the acting, like I even was tearful towards the end.
Yeah, I think it's gripping, bro.
Tears were coming down my eyes.
Like it's real, and I thought even like I said, I went to cinema to watch it, and I was like, raw, man.
You know why it's tearful? Because we can see ourselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why. It makes it more. It's so real to us because, it can happen to us.
Yeah, and then like even like at the end, so like obviously you then see like obviously it's based on a true story, and you see some of the real people. And
Ice Cube's son done well.
Ice Cube's son, bruv.
He done well, man.
You know that's my jigger right there, bro. Yeah, you get me. Ice Cube is one of my heroes. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, but like just seeing them kind of things, and you seeing them like even a man that he then finally got to bust case so many years later,
years later,
like
man.
all of that, like it was real, bruv. It was real. Yeah, like for me, that film was a big film, but it was.
But Ice Cube's son was there because you look like the kind of guy that will do it. That's all the cops said, and that's it.
Could you imagine?
Death row.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why he's in prison.
Imagine?
You look like the kind of person that will do it.
Like the amount of times that something would happen and you try to use logic, like you're just trying to say, nah, bro, they ain't got nothing to do with me. And then the problem with the American justice system is that over here we're like innocent until we're proven guilty. Over there it's coming like you're guilty until you're proven innocent.
You're guilty, bro.
Guilty until you're proven innocent.
Like, what's his name? Emmett. What's his name? Emmett Till, bro. Like he was the woman accused him of raping her.
Yeah.
All he done was give a little compliment. I think he whistled at her. All he done was a little whistle at her. Bro, she goes, nah, he raped me. And she got these two guys to beat this. He was 14 at the time, 14, 15. Beat him up till he was black and blue till death. You know what I mean? And the two guys got away with it. And on her deathbed, she's dying now. She confesses that he didn't do nothing. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. It's so like it's harsh. Like, it's harsh but real, and that's what I'm saying. Like, over there, their justice system, and then the thing about it is, you see over here, there's, like, certain things that you can get a bail and you can do this and that. Over there, like, they'll tie you up in the system.
Especially in the South.
They tie you up in the system so much so that you ain't got no money to get bail, and you're just there. Yeah. You're there until waiting for whatever trial, bruv.
But the thing with that as well, that story, like, people were still in their jobs after that case.
Yeah.
And that was...
I know, the sheriff was there too.
Yeah, he only retired
a couple of years ago.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Why isn't it like over here? We seem to have like watchdogs or like independent people that come in when something's not right. No, don't they have like? Don't they?
The problem with America is so big, and
I know that
it's so big. So like each state
has its own laws,
their own laws, and then like, and how many films have we seen where the president wants to come and do something, and then you've got the sheriff for whatever reason of that state talking to the president like he's nothing. Yeah. No, this is my state. I get to choose what I want to do. And he's like, no, I'm the president of the United States of America. He's like, no, you can't come here with your hillbilly. And you're thinking, what is this? Yeah, could you imagine? Yeah, like, I don't know, the MP of Tottenham talking to Boris, talking about what? No, in Tottenham, this is how I do stuff. No,
it's not gonna run.
Like, it's not running. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's just they need to move forward. America does
110% needs to be progressive.
Like, you can't have like people like that's why there's some dodgy like there's too much corruption. That's a whole nother.
But again, that's what I'm saying. Money talks, bullshit walks, bruv. Because you can do anything over there. with the money, and that's why you have people like I said. That's why Cosby's in jail, and you've got my man still out here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's
Wait, don't you think he's doing? Remember when you watched Godfather of Harlem?
yeah.
Yeah, you know when that guy he was dodging the police.
Yeah.
and he was pretending he was a tramp and putting.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Harvey Weinstein's doing.
The whole Zimmer
when he
frame.
gets home,
The whole
he's just
Zimmer
kicking
frame.
it off.
How can man pretend he was mad, and they just allowed him? But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, hold tight the American justice system.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, God forbid I go over there and anything happens. But yeah, that's it. But like I said, it was good acting, definitely good acting.
Yeah,
For people
it was
like
good
Jamie
film,
Foxx,
man.
Ice
Good
Cube,
film, yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
I thought it was alright. It was good.
No, definitely.
100%.
Everyone delivered. It was believable.
Yeah.
It was like it was heavy, but it didn't feel like. I know what you were saying at the beginning about some people don't want to watch it because of like how it's going to make them feel. It still hit me emotionally, but it was. I think because of the way that the characters were on that journey with them, I was a bit more dignified.
Involved,
I tried to hold it down like Michael B. Jordan's character as I was watching that. So you know what I mean. But no, 10 out of 10 for me.
Definitely a big film. But yeah, I don't know. Do you want to do Full of Grace or did any of you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
All right, Full of Grace on a quick thing. Tyler Perry
quick
thing.
thing,
Yeah, very quick
Oh
thing.
yeah. I started 10 minutes and then that's
Like basically, again, someone sent to prison for murder of her husband.
Yeah.
Again, no body found. Like it's
Yeah.
all a bit, you know, like certain films come out. And
I
it
watched like the first 10, but I literally just watched Just Mercy, and then I was like, oh god,
No, another one.
no.
So again, no body found. Yeah, but basically the evidence of her friend Sarah,
Yeah.
who was Claire Huxtable.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, she's always Claire Huxtable.
Always
to
Claire
me.
Huxtable.
Always Claire Huxtable to me.
Straight.
Yeah?
Straight.
And then obviously there's lots of twists and turns in it. You kind of find out what the thing was and what the thing was.
I watched the first 5 minutes. Is the beginning the end?
No.
No. But it's you know what it is? It's Tyler Perry.
It's Tyler Perry.
It's Tyler Perry.
Typical.
Were you about to say?
At his best.
Okay.
Tyler Perry at his best.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what
I thought it was all right. Like people are like bitching why Tyler Perry always in the films and like they're in the comments. I'm like, bruv, it's his thing, bruv. Leave him.
Yeah.
He's not dressed up as Medea. I'll leave him. You get me? Like the Medea thing, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Certain time in it, like, but this one wasn't.
Yeah.
There were some twists and turns in it. I think it was a decent Netflix film. It was a decent Netflix film.
Typical, not typical, but it's just like a typical black film that is the whole what happened, the whole plot in it. You know what I mean? I didn't really see that coming, to be honest.
I saw it. You know, it was towards the end. I saw it. I saw Claire, and I thought there's something about her.
Claire, yeah,
there's something about her.
Yeah.
But I think it's a decent enough watch.
No,
like I think it's a good enough book to maybe you watch it on a Sunday evening. Like I'm not talking Channel 5 Sunday. Like, but if you had a little shorty come around and sit down and watch it, like it's a decent film.
It's a Netflix and chill, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say watch it. I said, I thought it was all right, good film.
A bit unrealistic in parts, but yeah.
Yeah.
So was it on that Just Mercy energy a bit?
No.
It's a little bit different.
It's different. There's no racism. There's nothing like that. There's no racism.
But you see, even it had what's her name? Cicely. Oh, I can't remember what her name is. The one that she was the older woman, the one that was walking down the street. Do you remember when Michael tries to help at the end?
The pink.
She's famous. I can't remember what her name is.
Yeah, I recognize her face, but I couldn't remember where she was from.
Yeah. But like I
So
said,
that's not helping me, is it?
I know.
Hyping it up.
no, because the thing is, I can't remember her name. I don't want to like people to start going for man. Like I already made a mistake early in the show. But yeah, no, like I said, it was definitely good. I think those things it was worth watching.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. A few trailers came out.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, there's been a lot. To be honest, we've missed out on China about a lot of trailers recently. But I think the most recent one is Morbius. That's
Yeah, it looked good.
Freshest one in my head, and that's probably the most to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that film's not coming out for a little while, though, is it?
I think 21 is it? Is it 21?
May is it? I'm getting it mixed up with something else.
No, I don't think it's coming. I don't think it's coming out soon.
it's
It's not. No, I'm sure it's this year, bro.
Is it this year?
It has to be.
Okay.
I'm just saying, yeah. Look.
But Morbius is okay. So, what's the background of who is Morbius?
So the character Morbius, his name's Michael, and
What a name, eh?
I know, what a great guy. And yeah, so it's coming out in July 30. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
So,
This year, say it's this year. Cool.
July, yeah.
Thanks, engineer.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you. So the guy's Michael Morbius. He's like his original story. He's got some blood deficiency.
Yeah.
So he's doing experiments to
try and help cure himself.
Yeah, because basically, I think he'll die by the time he's a younger age. It's not like it's an accelerated disease what he's got. So he's doing all these experiments, and basically he uses vampire bats to help him cure himself. But he's not because he's Morbius, the living vampire. He's not because vampires usually get bit. They come back as vampires. He's alive. The bats sort of experiment works, but it mutates with him, and now he's sort of still got a hunger for blood. But I don't know if they're going to do it as blood, because in the cartoon they did it as plasma because they couldn't do blood in the kids' cartoons.
Oh, okay.
But in the film, if it's going to be full on,
look from the trailer, it's going to be full on.
But then are they going to because they made Venom PG?
Was Venom PG?
It wasn't
No,
PG-13. PG-13. It wasn't But still, when the PG's
12
there,
adult.
Yeah, 12 adult. What was a PG-13?
I think it's 12A.
Was it?
It might have been 12A, which is basically.
Well, anyway,
under
these
12,
films just
adult.
require gore, a bit of guts and gore and stuff that. And these, I think it's going to be a bit tame. But the trailer itself, did you see the trailer?
Yeah, watch the trailer.
It's the little let's just talk about the trailer itself. I'm not going to go the history of Morbius, but Spider-Man, the connections.
Yeah, so he's owned by so he obviously is a Sony character. Well, Sony own him.
Yeah,
right?
so
why is that? Is he part of the whole
because
Spider-Man brand?
He's part of Spider-Man's rogue gallery
okay.
of sort of stuff. So Sinister Six and all of the different ones, they're all part of underneath Spider-Man characters. So Sony owned them, but obviously Marvel and Sony are sharing Spider-Man. But this is now Spider-Man in his own sort of, or in Sony's universe.
Yeah.
It's like Spider-Man's got a pass to be in both universes, but Morbius won't be in. Well, I don't know now because
Is it Spider-Man has a pass or this Spider-Man? Is it the actual? Do you know what I mean? Is it actual Spider-Man? Or is it this person, actual character, this current
I
Spider-Man?
reckon it's Tom Holland.
It's Tom
Yeah,
Holland.
that's what I mean.
Tom
No,
Holland.
that's what I mean.
Because they've agreed.
It's Tom Holland more than Spider-Man. So
because I think between them, they both hired Tom Holland.
okay.
So
Do you know what I mean?
this is the confusing thing. We don't know how it's going to happen, but I've heard that it's going to be a multiverse thing where Spider-Man can go between worlds. So Spider-Man's going to be in the Venom 2 apparently, and then but he'll also be in Avengers 4, and you know what I mean. He might do.
So will he have memory of these things though?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I'm
Okay.
guessing so. Yeah.
There's some leaks on the internet. I can't remember it 100%, but in the timeline when Marvel and Sony first negotiated, I think around the time of the leaks, they were already talking about coming together. But the only reason that accelerated them coming together, when all those Sony leaks came out, but they was already plotting to put some of these characters in earlier Spider-Man films and stuff like that. So, but where we are now, I don't know how it's all going to work out, to be honest.
So is there any association with Blade because of the whole vampire thing?
Well, no. Well, yeah, because it's Morbius and Blade, but because Marvel now own Blade, I don't think there'll be any crossover
Connections.
Unless
That'd be a sick crossover, man.
unless so they come to an agreement,
Like Spider-Man do.
and they say that because in the comics, part of how Blade got some of I think he can fly, and can Blade fly? Or he can jump.
He can jump high.
I think when he had a fight with Morbius in one of the comics, he got scratched or something, and it enhanced Blade's strength. So
There's Morbius. Is he a bad character?
he's like an anti-hero.
Okay.
So he's not. He's only.
Blade's like an anti-hero as well.
He's an anti-hero. He just wanted to cure himself, but now he's got thirst for blood, so he's probably just going to go around and killing bad people because he can't.
He needs blood.
He needs blood. So I reckon, he'll be just doing that. I mean, even in the trailer, what was it? Michael Keaton's character must have just said, you want to be a bad guy now or something like that. So, and he's been in prison. So it'll be interesting to see.
So it might follow after that Spider-Man.
Well, the other speculation is that they might be doing building up the Sinister Six because obviously you got the Vulture in prison and that the guy that had a scorpion tattoo.
Yeah.
And now you've got they could put Morbius in there if they wanted to, and then it could just be Sony's little, because if you think about Phase 4 is not happening for a while.
So I mean, Sony could just
could just be doing their own little.
it's true.
This is the Sony don't
phase
worry about
one.
the MCU now.
This is Sony's Phase 1 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? I reckon there's some stuff going on because I reckon even Venom is going to be linked to the same universe as Morbius.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've been hearing about the Sinister Six for a little while, to be fair.
Yeah. They've had cameos in the previous Spider-Man films, that's why.
Like, interesting that Morbius was Joker, innit? He was a Suicide Squad Joker.
Oh, was it?
yeah.
What, Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't because of the makeup. I didn't
Yeah,
recognize.
exactly.
Oh,
so, like, it's just totally...
Right, and in saying that, what's it called? Comes out February the 7th?
what's that?
The Harley Quinn
Oh
one.
yeah. Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not excited for that film.
I am.
I'm
I
intrigued.
yeah,
I'm intrigued.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but obviously you got to watch it on other platforms.
No, I'll see. I guess. It might be one of them. Was it not Orange Wednesdays? What are they called?
Orange,
2 for 1 compared to Meerkat Wednesdays.
That's
Yeah.
old school, man.
Bruv, the Groupon, they got discounts for Odeon, bruv.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, but anyway,
When did they? Okay, cool.
yeah, I'll send it to you.
All right, cool.
But yeah, man, then thank you. That was a good episode
Yeah,
of
man, good
Fully
episode.
Geeked.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it feels different when there's just 3 of us.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
chill, man.
It's
The energy's
better,
good.
guys. Don't come back. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I like sitting here. It's more comfy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, all right, you lot, hold it down.
Yeah,
Catch you up
peace.
next week.
Cheers,
yeah?
guys.
Yeah.